We've seen that the G20 has disappointed some because it wasn't activist enough on climate. We know that it was painful, but you went through a week-long process where the government's come out and said they're not going to be closing down industries, they're not going to be telling people what to do, they're not going to be mandating things. Does this seem now like exactly the right position to have always landed in?
Well, let's look at it. China's not there, India's not there, Russia's not there, Iran has greater emissions than us, they're not there. We've got to be very aware that Australia's an honourable place. See, what happens with a lot of these countries, you know, Paul, they go, rah-rah for caviar and hoopla, jump back on the plane, and then they get the agreement they've signed and go, we actually abide by them. So we've got to be very careful what we say. And that is why we have met every target that we've set. Every agreement we've met, we've agreed to, we've met. But we will always make sure that we look after the Australian people, that we don't put people in Gladstone, forget about Glasgow, we're making sure we don't put people in Gladstone out of a job, or in Emerald, or in Singleton, or in Muswellbrook, or making sure the people at Hay Point have got a job, or the people in industrial areas of Townsville, or in Tamworth, in Taminda. We've got to look after them, and we do that by being prudent, and by being cautious, being a good global citizen. And we're on a process that we're ahead of what we said we'd do. And if we can set up a parallel economy that assists us into the future by use of technologies, well and good. People still want to keep buying our coal because they want to stay warm and keep the power on. That's their business. We'll sell it to them.
But of course, you know, there are lots of people watching this show who do not like the decision that has been made. This is your first chance to talk directly to them. So put simply, for those that think the government is in the wrong place, why do they need to think twice?
Okay, well, for people in regional areas, it's quite simple. We're saying that we're going to make sure we don't shut down your industries. The Labor Party say they are going to legislate a target. Legislate creates laws. Laws outlaw things, prohibit things. These are backed in with penalties. So let's find out, because we know they're going to legislate. So let's get the details, because they might be legislating you out of a job, and they might be legislating your power prices to go up, and they might be legislating to make sure there's an intrusion on your life, and basically you won't get access to the products at the prices that you used to, because they believe that they're apparently unfit for your consumption. Now, that is how they work. If they're working through a pricing mechanism, it's quite easy. You make the price more expensive so people can't use it. And guess where the people are hurt the most? Poor people. The people who can't afford the new car because they've got the second-hand car, who have the poorer house, which is colder in winter and hotter in summer, so they use more power. For the person who, the fridge is not the better fridge, so it's less energy efficient. These people, by reason of the living that they have, standard of living they had, have a greater draw on basic resources such as power. And in their jobs, in many of these jobs and areas, blue-collar jobs, who actually do understand what three-phase power and how it runs the welders they need, and how it runs the machinery they use, and the jobs that they have, and how they're connected to an energy-intensive industries. They will know that we're going to bat for them. Right now, we have Mr. Albanese, right? He's in my electorate. Welcome to my electorate. God bless you. He's up there and he's telling everybody that all these jobs, that all these hundreds of thousands of new jobs, like Mr. Cannon-Brookes, they're going to be in the renewables industry. Well, I can take you to the mining towns. Gunnedah, Biloela, Emerald, Gladstone, Muswellbrook, Singleton, and on and on and on it goes. I can take you to the industrial areas of Townsville, working on mining issues, and Mackay, Port of Newcastle. Now, if we've got these hundreds of thousands of jobs in this renewable industry, they told us they're there. Which is a renewable town? Where is it? Where is it? This is incredible. This is a job for Inspector Clouseau.